Hello and welcome to this week's video by Brave Brushes Studio. What is Brave Brushes Studio? Well, it's me, Anna, Julia, the sketcher, the sketching rock star, and a bunch of other very talented and very brave sketchers, amateur artists, and urban sketchers mostly. On our YouTube channel, we talk a lot about different skills that you need to develop in order to be a happy sketcher, in order to make progress, in order to be able to sketch happily on location. And Julia mentions a bunch of things like mix your greens, learn how to draw lines, know how to create beautiful textures. But is there a skill, Julia, that stands out for you, like among all the rest, the most essential skill for a sketcher?
Yes, definitely. There is one skill I think really the most important one for every sketcher. And I see that a lot of sketchers, beginning sketchers, don't realize that
Okay,
what it
well, let's
is.
take a moment and let everyone leave a few words in the comments. Tell us what you think Julie is going to talk about. And now we'll let you in on this secret. Okay?
I think that the most important skill for every sketcher and actually for every artist who is a drawing artist is drawing with simple shapes. And why is that? It's because we often draw complicated objects and complicated scenes.
Right.
And I think that it's very difficult, even for very experienced artists, it's difficult to get a complicated scene right without thinking in simple shapes.
What's this quote that we recently used in one of our newsletters from by Van Gogh? The great artist is the.
I
Oh
don't
my God,
remember.
Julia, I did not.
I have read it.
Is the
No.
simplifier. The great artist is the simplifier.
It's a
Is
simplifier, of
is the
course, yes.
quote? I can't believe you didn't know that.
I did. No, I forgot it.
Okay, sorry, no, sorry. But yeah, so simplifying and, well, more specifically, thinking in simple shapes, breaking down, well, the scene in front of you into simple shapes is the most important skill,
Yeah.
according to Julia Henze. There you go.
And I think, no, and I don't only think it. If you go to an art academy, this is the first thing that you're going to learn.
And you'll hear about it every day, in
Yes,
every
the
class.
first year of your art academy is only drawing simple shapes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for those of us, Julia, who have no intention of joining Art Academy and who only need, a few simple tricks to improve our technique, what can you show us today?
I want to show you the simple shapes that you can use to simplify your sketches to make your process easier, quicker, and enjoyable. More enjoyable, probably even more enjoyable than now. Yes, and what you need to do actually is to start seeing in simple shapes, um, not only drawing in simple shapes, but also look around you and start seeing these simple shapes. What are the simple shapes? The simple shapes are actually only three shapes. It's a circle, a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. And a little bit later, I will show you how I use them in my sketches. You can see them here. But the first thing I want to show you is how to translate these simple shapes to also simple shapes, but to simple forms. I mean,
Three-dimensional form.
three-dimensional, yes, to the three-dimensional objects, forms. If we look at a circle, we can make it three-dimensional by adding a shadow. Circle, a sphere. Okay. The next one is a square, and the three-dimensional, it looks like this. And we also can add shadow. To the cube. So this is the square, this is a cube, and so it looks even more three-dimensional. The third, we have a rectangle. And we can make a cuboid from it, and also add some shadow to make it look even, to add more volume to it, make it more like three-dimensional object. A triangle has more options. It could be a cone, like this, also with a shadow. Oh, I think my pencil is not that sharp anymore, so it's difficult to add the shadow. Okay, so this is the cone. A prism. And a pyramid. So, and we can mix some shapes, and if we're a combination of these two, of the circle and the square, is a cylinder. So here we have a circle, and this is the cylinder if we look from the front. And it could be like this too. Okay, so these are the shapes, the simple shapes and the simple three-dimensional forms that we mostly use in our sketches. You can use them for pretty much all your sketches. Okay, so now let me show you how I use them in my sketches. For example, in this sketch, you can see that this part is a square, uh, maybe a little bit more like a rectangle, but it's almost a square. And if you look at this whole part, it's a kind of cube. Okay. Here we have a cylinder. To recognize it, yes, a little bit smaller at the top and a little bit wider at the bottom, but it's a cylinder. Here we can use, as you can see it here in the sketches, I use a circle to create a shape of a tree, or it also could be an oval. Here, this is a triangle. Much easier to draw than I try to understand what the shape this object has. Here, a quite complicated scene, but if you divide it into simple shapes, if you see it as simple shapes, you can see that these are all rectangles. Very easy to draw if you see them like that. Here, you can see a circle, or when we add a shadow, is a sphere. Okay? Here, half a circle. Also much easier to draw than if you try to draw the object as you think it should be. And here, also a rectangle, a triangle, or what is it? I think it's kind of pyramid with more corners. And here we have half a circle. We also have something round like a sphere. And so we can look at all the scenes, at all the references we have in simple shapes. So it makes our sketching process much and much easier. Okay. And I also want to give you some tips how to train your eye, how to start seeing in simple shapes. I would suggest to start with very simple common objects, like, for example, a cup of coffee or any other cup. Books are also a very simple and common object you can see everywhere. Fruits, there are different shapes, but they all can be seen as simple shapes. So try to see them as simple shapes. And you can do it, if it's difficult for you, you can do it by squinting your eyes and looking through the eyelashes and trying to see, to remove details for your vision, and try to see only the silhouette of the object. So I think it helps. And when you start seeing these common simple objects as simple shapes, you can go to the next step and trying to see the scenes as simple objects and simple shapes.
Great. Thank you, Julia. Thanks a lot for this. I remember we have, well, we talk about it in your Skillshare class about greenery in urban sketching, right? You talk about different shapes. Then we
Abs-
use the same for sketching people, yeah, adding tiny little figures in
yes.
urban sketching. That's the same idea. Some people are like cylinders, other people are more like, well, pyramids, I don't know. But so this is a way to get the shape right, even if it seems like it's such a complicated object as a person, right?
Yes. Yes.
And if you think in simple shapes, it becomes a lot less intimidating, right?
Yeah.
And much more manageable.
Absolutely.
All of Julia's classes, her entire collection of workshops, Skillshare classes, and a lot of classes that have not been published anywhere else are available in Brave Brushes Studio. So if you feel like you need to work on your skills, simple shapes, lines, proportions, mixing greens, using gouache, watercolors, markers, and actually whatever skill you can think of, it's all there in Brave Brushes Studio. And focusing on each skill separately, practicing deliberately is what can take your technique to the next level.
Absolutely.
Bravebrushes.com, we've said this many times. Why are you not there yet? Go check it out. And also don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, share with friends, and generally just, spread the word. Happy sketching.
Happy sketching, guys. Bye.